I know that's right. Go ahead.
Thank you, sir. And then this lady right here, she was shaking her head in agreement with what you were saying.
I like. I'm sorry I didn't catch him earlier. This is live right now, but this is a hard-working Chinese American who is grateful for America and wants a good leader for America.
Watch CSPN. I watch my friends, like Rebecca this morning, and the other lady, her name is Bobby Wood. She and I talk about for 3 days.
Sir,
Our family, our siblings were taken away from us by family court. This is my brother. He was taken away with my two younger sisters because we love Donald Trump. That was literally what they argued in court. We're not allowed to talk to them. In fact, I'm going to read a text to you just now given to us by the court that said, just a note from Wendy, who is the guardian ad litem. There's such trash. Guardian ad litems will kill your family.
before you get into all of this, I want to know some more context.
Right.
What are you talking about? Is this a story that is refresh the audience?
So this is a Trump inspirational video, and we spotted it. We're like, there he is. That's our brother. And so we screenshotted it, and we're hoping to get it signed.
So can you talk to us about what everybody's talking about?
Okay, so basically, the children had a hard time with
I'm
their
sorry,
father
y'all. I'm
because
watching
he
this
was
on the
being,
screen on
he was
TV.
pushing
I
boundaries,
wanted y'all to
being
really
disrespectful
hear
at
the
times,
Chinese
especially with women.
American
So he went
who
to
was
court
in
and
support for
charged
Trump.
us with parental alienation, me with parental alienation, which is not a thing. They don't accept it in medical areas and psychological areas. They don't accept it. But he's charging us with this. So the three younger ones, because of parental alienation,
I had to take that off the
they took
screen.
them away
I want to
from
hear the
us
voice of the
to
people.
see if they could make up their own minds about which parent they like. Why don't they like their dad? Well, he's pushing boundaries.
So I think what we're doing here. I've worked in the news industry for about 20 some odd years, right? So when I hear all of this, I have to write it down, make calls, verify, and since we're on live TV right now, we're doing that on the fly. So first of all, I love your hats. You don't have a hat on, and I love that hat right there too. So what we'll do is, one of our other people here at Right Side, let's get your information. I want to talk to you on the phone. If we verify everything, and this is a legit story, I have to confirm it, right? I obviously want to do it, especially if it's a true story, right? So we're here for you. So thank you. So again, number to them, okay? And then from here, if you want to talk about your brother, talk about President Trump, or whatever you'd like to, it is freedom of speech. But when there's what you're saying about, you know what I mean? So we all have to cover our bases. All right, so let's get back to the beginning. Your thoughts about just President Trump and your brother supporting him too.
Yes, they would love to be here today. In fact, we were on the phone with them. My mom, we're not allowed to talk, but our mom was on the phone with them the other day, and they started crying, and the guardian was with them, and she said, oh, they're not crying, they're just playing with toys. And one of the kids stepped in and said, no, I was just thinking about Trump. I wish I could be there at the rally. And we don't know if we're not going to get a call again, because they're cutting us off more and more. It's just...
Breaking up the
Yeah,
family. Breaking up the
we
family.
brought them to Trump rallies. But we love Trump, and he's our hope. And we know that when he comes back, there won't be communism in the family court anymore. He really was a father figure to us. He still is. Very, very strong father figure. Very huge for us. We read his
Yeah, the
books,
families are so
and the
broken
books are
today.
great.
It's sad.
Yeah.
The court system has wronged so many parents.
I agree with you on a
And
number of things, including
let
we
me
don't want
talk to you
communism in
about
our country.
this.
We want
I'm
freedom.
going to turn down.
Titus, you have anything to say as well?
He's out there getting the voice from, sharing with the people about what they've been experiencing in this American government with the court system, and especially about these families. They come and one of their relatives, a child of their family, was taken by the system in the courthouse. Oh boy, it's just so much. I even see some advertisement about if you've been abused as a child and you want to call to be a victim of your child molestation and things that happened to you when you was a kid, abused by the church, and things you've been abused by in your home, or maybe a relative or whatever, something that may have happened to you as a child. The way they use this system is to keep you being a victim instead of being victorious. Like, even though you might have been through some adversity in your life, that you were able to overcome those adversity and not go looking back to get retaliation or revenge. That has been a system used on the American system with children for the longest. Everybody has a story behind their past, behind their past, and they have come to be victorious. And I just don't like the way the system uses children against the parents and children and parents against the children. I'm sorry. Let these families, parents, get the counseling that they need and don't choose sides. Let the children be able to express their hurt, their anger, their pain. If you're being hurt, if you're being bullied, if you're being mistreated in some kind of way, and you don't like that. Me being in the field of early education, and I'm on a whole new level with children. I'm dealing with a large amount of children in the classroom than before, and my children never had any back. I could tell by the children I have in my classroom, a lot of these kids didn't have any boundaries. They don't have any boundaries. And I noticed that it's not even coming from home, even though I know some of them at home run the household and their parents just let them just do what they want. They're not used to hearing no. They're not used to, um, just having to wait for something without throwing a tantrum, without having their own way. I strictly believe in the word of God, and I believe a child needs to have sometimes boundaries. Even you have to explain to them the reason I'm doing this not because I don't love you, it's because I do love you and I do want what's best for you. If I let you have it your way, this won't be good for you. And I just want you to understand that. And it's not going to sink in right away because they still children and they still ain't able to process all of that. But as time go on and when they go to their next classroom, they get some understanding if the other teachers in the classroom follow what the last teacher left them off with. And that's the same thing with us as people. Like I didn't have my way at one job of doing certain things and the job restricted me from it. So when I move on to another job, I know what I've been through from the last job. So now I know where not to go and step out of boundaries with it and to um, try to follow some of the policies. But if there's something that needs to be challenged, there is a way that you can address it without anger, without frustration, without lashing out with um, derogatory, demeaning, ugly things, because that's not going to change anything. There's a way of communication that we all should have that we experienced from before without anger and frustration. When you go on a job interview, when they ask you, you have any questions, there's your time to ask certain questions. Like my last interview, I asked certain questions about certain things that what are some of the things you expect from me, from being a lead teacher. What are the things that I need to do to make this work successfully? And they asked me some things, and I said, well, would you? They asked me, would I come in the classroom and say I'm the teacher, and be in that kind of way? No, I'm not. I'm going to follow what already the teacher has already who been in that classroom been doing, and then from there I might want to add something a little different. If it okay if we do it this way and see how this going to work? If this hasn't been effective, maybe this will work. Let's try this. Let's work together. Let's try to do this together. So I'm just saying, that's what I feel about this election right now. This Chinese American, there's a lot of Chinese people I'm not angry with. Let's hear what he's saying. He's back.
Sweet tea. We don't drink socialist Kool-Aid.
Yes, okay, real quick. Okay. I want to ask where
They know what
everybody's from,
socialism
okay?
is. They know,
Okay, so,
it's good to
where,
hear their voice too. Why they came to America? What did they didn't like about their government? Where they were coming from? What they didn't like about their government that they were told to do it this way, but this was not the way. These were hardworking citizens of their country, and they were being treated poorly. So they had to find another way. So they came to America to live the American dream where they can come and don't have to continue to live under that kind of cruel rulership where they being told what to do every day. They work hard And it's a lot of hardworking Chinese people that came here, and they came here the honest, right way through our immigration. And it's not fair to them that people coming and didn't come here the right way, and they just, you know, got in here without paying their way or paying or going through any of the process or whatever. It's not fair to them either. We're not saying we closing our borders to immigrants, or we closing our borders to people from other places. If they want to come here and live the American dream, they are welcome. We're closing our borders to those who didn't pay into the system, who didn't come here through, coming the right way, who cheated their way in, and it's not fair to them. It's not fair to any American. And they could get free aid, free welfare, free, medical, Medicaid, medical assistance, and past all these hardworking people. I believe some part of the welfare system. I believe that sometimes things happen. People do lose their job. People do need help. People do lose a job, might go under, and people got to be let go from their employer. Then they have to go through the process of filing for unemployment. And unemployment only going to pay a certain amount to you can only get a certain amount of your unemployment benefits. But in the meanwhile, in the process, you're going to need some kind of way to continue to have food on your table, continue to keep your bills paid, your light bills paid, continue to keep gas on in your house or whatever. If you're running of electricity, you're not using electric, you're using gas for your electricity. There's some things that still you need to maintain living, and what you need, not what you want, but what you need. You still going to need to put food on your table. So you need that emergency assistance from the government to help you. But people that didn't work, didn't do nothing all their life, all they did was collect benefits from the working people who pay taxes, and they getting food stamps, they getting Medicaid, they reaping all the great benefits. And when it's income tax time, they children and everything, they didn't work to take care of their kids, and they just keep having more kids than they can allow to take care of. We shouldn't have to pay into that. We should not have to pay to take care of their ignorance. There should be some kind of limitation. Because who's paying when they get their child tax credit? And working people like myself and who don't have children don't get any income returns back or whatever. I have to pay back taxes. It's not fair to me. And it's not fair to a whole lot of Americans out there who's like me. And this is what the Democrat Party has been doing to the American people. Continue to take care of the criminals, the ones who do wrong, the ones who don't want to do right, and they still want to live I would say, how can I put it without being really, really nasty? Reckless lifestyle. Still want to be ignorant, still want to be careless. I'm not trying to tell people what they can do with their body, but you got to think about a whole lot of other things when you keep reproducing, but you don't have the means to take care of what you bring into the world. You have a responsibility to their life. Educate, feeding, housing, and everything else that they need as a human being, as you raising a human being. Because they got to go on in the world. And you got to teach them and model a life for them to upbring good citizens in the world. It's not fair. And it's been unfair for a very long time. And now people are pushing back. People are tired. It's getting to be more of them and less of us who believe in hard work, who believe in doing what's right.
From China, so I know everything about communism, socialism. So that's why I'm immigrant here. So I don't. Right now I see all this vaccine mandate, all this stuff. It's typical. So that's why I support Trump.
Can you believe that in this country we're even having a problem with possibly losing freedom?
I can imagine it. So we have to defend our freedom. That's why.
Where are you from again?
I am from Nicaragua.
Nicaragua.
That's correct.
I've been there.
Okay.
Managua.
Beautiful. Bluefields.
Yes, Bluefields.
Yes, I am from Bluefields. And I see how threatening, how evil communism is. When I say communism, I have to say it with a lot of passion. Because it's not an individual issue. It's a generational issue that we are attacking and we're trying to prevent. In Nicaragua, not one guy governed. It's a multitude of individuals that come from all over the communist country that is united to challenge capitalism here in the West. So we have a fight that we have to fight. And fight. Guys, if we don't fight, we're not going to be able to conquer this country.
Amen. Where are you from?
I'm from India.
Awesome. Tell us your thoughts about the country right now.
It's sad. I came here 40 years ago as a legal alien. And through the proper processes, I got my citizenship
Praise
in
God.
98. And I just absolutely love this country. I've had a fabulous career. It's allowed me to do what I wanted to. I'm a retired professional now and enjoying, but it's sad to see how much this country has gone down, especially these last 3 years. We have to get Trump back in. Have to. There's no choice.
Amen to that as well. What's your name? Nice to meet you, Callie. It's a beautiful name. What's your name, sir?
Steve Nalbandian.
Where are you from?
Loganville, Georgia now. I'm first generation American, my family of Armenian descent.
I love seeing you here, and I love seeing everyone here right now. What do you think when you see people from all around the world, and they're here for
Hi,
the support of
Tons.
freedom
Hi,
and Donald Trump?
Sandra.
Well, it's what America's about. Big melting pot, assimilating, becoming Americans. We all come from different cultures. The faster we assimilate to the American culture, the American way of life, that this is the only country that allows people to come here as refugees with nothing. Okay, my dad came here in 1939, sponsored by an American family.
Okay, y'all, I'm going to have to my battery is running low on this phone. So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to put the link of the link of this live in this video so you can go to that channel and watch it. I believe, let's see, what channel is this playing from? It's from the Right Side Broadcasting. It's the Right Side Broadcasting. See, it's on live right now. If you want to go watch it, on the Right Side Broadcasting, and you can go there and continue watching this. I wanted to bring this to your attention. These are the American people speaking. These are American people from all different places of the world who came here as immigrants, and they came through the right process, and they just want to be heard because they already know what they experienced before from the other places where they came from, and they just want to come and share their story and talk about how great America has really been to them, that they were able to come out of the class system they were living in and under the government they were living in to have their freedom. And then now they want to fight back, and they want to be a part of the American melting pot, to assimilate, like this man was just speaking of. So this is not just a black and white thing. This is an American thing. Okay, so all these people that's talking that stuff, pushing that stuff, the Democrats keeping things divided in our country, we don't want that no more. We want everybody to live the American dream. And this is all about America. And that's why we want a person that wants to be the head of our country, the commander in chief of our military, and in America, to be a man that has that wisdom, that understands what the people are going through. He wants to share not the monetary wealth, but his wisdom. Your wisdom is your wealth. He's been here for a long time in this world. We shouldn't discriminate because of his age, because he has a lot of wealth to offer the American people. And that's wisdom, his experience, not with just his money, but just knowing people, what people are living like, and what people have been living like for the last 4 years. We want to be free again in America. In America, let everybody deserves to live the dream. And we also want to see our children grow up and have that opportunity as well. So with that being said, I got to go. God bless you. Thank you for tuning in. Those of you 35 in the chat right now, please hit the like button on your way out. I appreciate you. God bless you, and have a blessed, wonderful Saturday. And I may be back with you this evening, if God's willing. Peace.